All right. Hey, everyone. So, we just got an updated trailer or teaser for Silent Hill Ascension. I wanted to do a video on this, talk a little bit about it, kind of give my reaction to the trailer. And yeah, let's see how it looks here. But before we get into that, I'll lay my cards on the table here right away. I'm kind of the resident Silent Hill fan of the channel. Huge fan of Silent Hill 1 through 4. And that's about it. I mean, really, beyond that, not a whole lot has impressed me. So I'm not I'm not going into this with high hopes, but we will see what it looks like here. I know it's a short little teaser that they gave us here, so we'll see what they could do. But before we do that, I think one of the things you always want to do with any game or really any like media product that comes out is look at the pedigree behind it. See what what the developers have done before, what they've accomplished in the past, or what their credentials are or lack thereof. So I looked up GenVid here. That's one of the producers of these of this game or video series, whatever this is going to be exactly. And so far, just browsing their website kind of casually here, it looks like they do mostly like these social mobile game type of things. So, I mean, I guess it's within their skill set to do something like this. This is a kind of a web series type Silent Hill game where we get to vote somehow in a way that really hasn't been explained to affect the story of it, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. There's really a lot more questions than answers about this whole thing so far. Let's see, I got another article here we can take a look at here that'll shed a little bit more light on it. Silent Hill is returning, but not in the way fans would expect. The latest entry in the horror franchise is coming courtesy of a collaboration between GenVid Entertainment and Konami, and will be an interactive streaming series. That means it's not going to be a survival horror video game with a psychological slant. It's more of a story-driven show in which the audience has a hand in determining the fate of each character. The way GenVid describes it, it almost sounds like a Telltale game, except it's played by a large audience. Okay, that doesn't sound too appealing to me, but to each their own, I guess. I'm not really a Telltale Games fan in general. Sorry, I mean I like to have more of a interactive experience with my video games. I'm not just kind of choosing my own adventure. I'd rather just read a book then or something. But yeah, well, let's actually get into the trailer here. We're kind of I'm looking forward to this like a root canal here. So I'm just really not expecting this to be good. I'm sorry, but we'll optimism. We'll go in this if there's something good here, if it's actually good, I'll try to point it out. But let's get started. Loading. There it goes. It's full screen now.
I can feel it. Your guilt, so thick it chokes the air.
We already got guilt here in the first like 5 seconds, of course, because it's every game has to be Silent Hill 2.
But you can't. Any more than you can escape yourself and the pain you carry. It fills you up like a sickness, a disease.
Was that a lithium bottle, or are we gonna have some bipolar
you meet,
disorder in here?
Everyone you love, even your children. Because no matter how hard, how fast, how far you run, your past will catch up with you.
This doesn't really even look like the animation that looks so good. It doesn't even really look like a Silent Hill game. I mean, you can't just throw some fans and some body bags on the wall and we got to go back to that animation there for a second. I'll let it play out here. I guess that was it. Okay. Face your fears. Okay. 2023 Ascension.com. And Bad Robot's involved in this too. Okay, let's see if we can go back to that. Was I almost kind of like laughed there for a second. What was it? Oh, here we go. We got the vagina face here. Very subtle. Where's that like winged creature animation? That was like hilariously bad here. Let's see if we can try to find that. Why is this like buffering here? Come on. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, come on. Their fate is in your hands. I mean, but I mean, it doesn't even feel like, there's like no like subtlety is not in their vocabulary. You know what I mean? And this is not like. Let's see. I want to see that like. Here, okay, is it over here? Let's see. Okay. What is this? Oh, it's got like a face on it too here. If you look at that, it just looks like this kind of crappy, like almost like a GIF thing. Like it's just like, but okay. So thoughts on this this teaser or whatever this is? Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, within the first 5 seconds, I said it. I mean, it's this whole, guilt and facing your past trauma stuff, and that's because that's what Silent Hill is to especially to Western developers. It seems. I think that's the only memo they get from Konami is that it's basically just remake Silent Hill 2, but shittier. That's pretty much been the directive of the series since 2004, since after Silent Hill 4, and I mean the peculiar thing about that, I'm assuming this all has to do with just with the popularity of Silent Hill 2. That's I mean it's a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong, I love Silent Hill 2, arguably my favorite of the series, but there was other games in that series. Even if you don't like 4, you still had 2 other fantastic games with 1 and 3, and it wasn't really about facing your some kind of guilt of the character, or kind of it was more it's about this interesting cult and this the symbolism. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and there are other things going on there, revenge and other emotions. But I mean, it's not there's more emotions than just and feelings than just guilt. You can have things like maybe anger, or I mean just. Or sorrow or loneliness. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could kind of focus on here. You don't have to just be like, okay, this character has some past thing that they did that they're, I mean, even Callisto Protocol did that kind of to some degree, like where it was just like, it was past guilt for something the character did in the past, and they have to make amends for it. That was the focus of that game too. So, can we get away from this story? But I don't know. This doesn't look good to me. I'm sorry to the people that worked on this. It just does not look good. It just continues a trend of I'm not saying Western developers are incapable of making like a scary horror game. Far from it. I'm just saying that this Silent Hill, something about Silent Hill where when a Western developer gets it, I don't know if it's Konami that's pulling the strings behind it or what, but they go in this direction of just remaking Silent Hill 2 over and over and over again. And just not nearly as well. And let's see, I had this kind of queued up here because I knew this was going to be kind of bad. So just for comparison, just so in case anyone ever argues with you that gaming is just only getting better and better and better, and we can never look back on gaming in the past and see anything that was maybe we've lost along the way. Just for comparison's sake, this is from 2001. So this was a TV commercial. I remember seeing this commercial a bunch of times. So this is a commercial for Silent Hill 2. And just maybe you have no experience with Silent Hill. Which one would you choose if you're watching that Ascension trailer? And this one's much shorter too. This is only 30 seconds. So this is just a TV spot. But let's watch this one just for comparison's sake here, really quick.
You promised you'd take me there again someday. James! To our special place.
See, I mean, we notice we don't get like a clear shot of any of the creatures in the game at all. It's all in shadows. It's very, it's like, it's a great little ad. And they have this nice voiceover narration. It doesn't sound like some kind of just generic, guilt, this and that. Your guilt will haunt you. Blah blah blah. You get this, you get this voiceover that draws you in. Talking about the special place, and that's part of the focus of the game, where it creates this kind of little bit of mystery to it. But I mean, just that trailer alone. So look at that commercial. Compare that to the trailer we just saw before there for Ascension. Which one is more interesting to you. And I maybe, and I know that's not fair. I mean, this Ascension game, I guess, or not game, or interactive streaming series, or whatever it is it's not necessarily a game. I guess it's going to be some kind of like a web series that we watch and vote off who dies, like some kind of weird survival horror, Survivor series type of thing. So I mean, maybe it's not fair to compare the two, but I mean, that's the easiest way I can explain the difference. One of those is Silent Hill. The other is clearly not. It's the other. This is. I mean, it just feels so generic. I mean, you have some. It's almost like. It's almost like if you programmed, like you tried to train like an AI to like come up with a Silent Hill experience, and you just trained it on, like the Silent Hill movie and some of the later Western games. Like it just looks like you could have just fit this into any of the other Western games that came out so far. It doesn't really have an identity of its own. So yeah, I can't say I'm looking forward to this. I'm sorry. I mean, comment down below, I guess, if you have a different opinion than this. But I mean, I just, I know I'm coming into this with a huge bias of, the series has been derailed now for about 20 years. We're going on now, because Silent Hill 4 was 2004. So, that's where I'm coming from. But, I don't know. Give me your thoughts in the comments. I can't really see much redeeming to this. I mean, maybe it goes in some interesting directions, with the choices that they give us in terms of like characters and, that could be killed off or redeemed or whatever the hell they decide to do. But I'm just not feeling this. I'm sorry. As a Silent Hill fan, this is just not me. But I'm kind of a purist. I think that Silent Hill sort of began and ended with Team Silent, and it was kind of this unique special concoction that only they could make. And I don't feel like this is Silent Hill. I feel like this is, it's just generic Western horror game number 4,966 or whatever. I don't feel it. I'm sorry. But yeah, well, let's go ahead and let's give that video a dislike. Don't give me a dislike though. Give me a like, please. But yeah, just give me your thoughts down below. And I mean, we'll be doing more videos as we get more actual information. I mean, a minute or so trailer here is not really much to go by, so kind of unfair to judge something by that. But so far, first impression here is not great for me. It's just, I mean, like I said, we had the. Like the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, this is so, like, I mean, aside from the crappy like wing creature animation here, like there was that other big like walking bloated thing that looked like it was kind of a rip off of a Insane Cancer for Silent Hill 3, but not nearly as interesting looking. There was like I said, a bunch of characters with like guilt this. We saw some pill bottles there and psychological trauma, blah blah blah. I don't really see a lot of like where's kind of like the occultism in this too? Like, do we forget about that? Like, that was the whole, like, why is any of this even happening? Do we kind of forget about that whole aspect of the story? I don't know. But yeah, well, tell me what you think below, and yeah, we'll have more Silent Hill content in the future. I'm debating if I want to do the Silent Hill 2 remake playthrough. I probably will, just as a Silent Hill fan. I will suffer through that with you, and I will play it, so hopefully you don't have to, or maybe it'll be good. I don't know. Maybe it'll be really good and I can actually recommend it. I will be shocked if that's the case, but yeah, let me know what you guys think.